is equal to x squared over 1 plus x squared, and x is equal to 2t squared, and then they want us to find, find dy dt. Okay, here's the y. They want me to take the derivative of that function right there, but with respect to t, but there's no t in there. Okay, so the t is all the way over here. You can start substituting. Every place you see an x, you can put 2t squared there, and every place you see an u, you can put that back there. You can do that. Okay, or you can take the derivative this one, dy du, and then take the derivative of this with respect to x, du dx, times, we can take the derivative of that with the dx dt. Dx is going to cancel out, du is going to cancel out. What you have left when you multiply those, dy dt. Okay, which way do you want me to go? First way, plug in. Okay, so if y is equal to 1 plus u squared, then that's going to be 1 plus x squared over 1 plus x squared squared. Right? Are we good? Okay. Now I got to change all the x's into t's. So this now becomes 1 plus, 2t squared squared, all that over 1 plus 2t squared squared, and all that is squared. Now the y is in terms of t, so I just need to clean it up before I do anything. I know you love algebra. It's your favorite class. Okay. So when you clean that up inside there, that's going to get 4t to the 4th. When you clean this up in the bottom, I'll get 1 plus 4t to the 4th, and all that squared. Now, y is in terms of t. Oh, that's different. I could totally sense you talking about math. She should know. Pay attention. Alright. If you take the derivative of this, it's all in terms of t. If you want to, you can simplify this a little bit more, or you can use chain rule. What do you want to do? There you go. Good choice. 1 plus, you've got to square the top, you're going to get 16t to the, there you go. And then the bottom, we're just going to leave that as 1 plus t to the 4th squared. Are we good? Alright, we can take dy dt, that's about as much as algebra as we can do. What's the derivative of that? 0. That's gone. That means all we have to do is take the derivative of that. What rule do we apply for that one? Quotient rule. Okay, denominator. We'll end up using chain rule in a second. Denominator, which is 1 plus 4t to the 4th squared, times the numerator. Okay, what is the 16 times 8? Yeah. T to the 7th minus 16 t to the 8th times the denominator, but denominator I have to use the chain rule, which is 2, all that times some people don't know their chain rule, so make sure you understand what I'm doing here. 2 times 1 plus 4 t to the 4th to the 1st, and let me erase that because some of you will be a little confused when you get home. Times the derivative of the inside, which is going to give me 16t to the third. And all that's going to be over quantity, okay, 1 plus 4t to the fourth raised to the what power? Okay, again, I don't know how many times I've told you guys, do not what? Simplify. Yep. You guys didn't listen. I had to take points off. Okay, because I know you can't do algebra. I know that. So we're trying to do calculus without having to do that much algebra. Alright, here we go. Number 5. Okay, f of 0 is 0. F prime of 0 is 1. This type of question shows up on multiple choice on AP test. So make sure you know how to do it. F of 1 is equal to 1. F prime of 1 is equal to 2. Okay, holy cow. G of 0 is equal to 1. This is endless. G prime of 0 is equal to 3. G of 1 is equal to 2. And G prime of 1 is equal to 1. And they want you to find, okay, A, F of G prime of 0. Okay, first of all, you gotta know what they're really asking you to do. They're telling you, what this implies is, they're telling you have some function, composite function, we'll just call it h of x, just for our purposes. H of x is some composite function, okay, f of g of x. They want you to find h prime of 0. That's what they're asking you to do. Okay, so let's take the derivative of h of x. That means I have to use a chain rule for here. Okay, so h prime of x, what is my outside function here? What? F. So it'd be f prime of g of x. Do I do anything to g of x right now? No. Times the inside one, which is g prime of x. Okay, that implies my h prime of 0 is going to be f prime of g of 0 times g prime of 0. Okay, now we just have to go find the numbers. What is g of 0? Is 1. Fine. I know. Come back before class is over. G prime of 0 is, what's f prime of 1? What's 2 times 3? Are you sure? Okay. Right? And the next one, in part B, they want you to find g of f prime of 1. What this means is, okay, my composite function happens to be g of f of x, okay, and then they want me to find h prime of 1. That's what they're asking me to do. Okay, let's find h prime of x using chain rule. Outside function is g, so it'll be g prime of f of x times f prime of x. Okay, so I'm going to plug in my values. So h prime of 1 means g prime of f of 1 times f prime of 1. Okay, so that'll be g prime of, what is f of 1? Is 1 times g f prime of 1, which is 2. And what is g prime of 1? Which is 1. And 1 times 2. Carol, what's 1 times 2? Oh, you hesitated. Yeah, exactly. Because, oh, that's a tricky question. It's going to get me on this one. You hesitated. No, yeah, don't even try to back out of that one. Section 12. Too much Red Bull, Cara. All right, number 12. What do you guys want? What do you guys want to see? To section 12. Really? Okay. And 3? So if I do all these problems, do I expect everybody to get an A in this class? Am I just wasting my time? That's what I thought. Wasting my time. Got that, Lily? Okay. Don't waste my time. Number 1. F of x is equal to sine of x over 1 minus cosine of x. Okay, we're going to take the derivative of this. Okay, f prime of x, denominator, times the numerator, minus the numerator, times the denominator, one minus cosine of x quantity squared. All right, here we go. You don't want to take the derivative again right here because you want to clean this up. You have no choice with the algebra now. Multiply everything out, okay, and that's going to give you stop listening to you. Yeah, no, cosine squared x, no, cosine x. I'm going to stop listening to myself. Cosine x minus cosine squared x, okay, minus sine squared x, all that over 1 minus cosine of x quantity squared. I'm going to factor out a negative from this, both of these. I'm going to rewrite this as cosine x minus cosine squared x plus sine squared x. Why do you think I'm doing that? Yes, it is. And what does that turn into? 1. So you have cosine of x minus 1, but this is 1 minus cosine x times 1 minus cosine x. So this and this reduce. No. Now, what do I get? This is algebra. What do I get? Very good. Because they're opposites of each other. They're not exactly the same. They're opposites. So therefore it becomes negative 1 over 1 minus cosine x. Alright. So we finally whittle this down to, okay, negative 1 minus cosine x to the negative 1 power. How hard is it to take a second derivative now? F double prime of x is positive 1 minus cosine x to the negative 2 times okay, there it is. If you want to move this to the bottom and write this as sine x over 1 minus cosine x quantity squared, and without making any algebraic mistake, you can, or you can leave it right there. How you doing, Jess? See, how hard is this calculus stuff, huh? Can't be that hard. Carter's got an A in this class. Fourth highest, right? Or fifth. Where are you? 4 or 5? Huh? Really quickly? Yeah? Alright. Number 2. Okay, again, I told you this type of problem shows up on the AP test, multiple choice. So make sure you know what they're asking. This is really easy. You just have to know what they're talking about. Okay, so where did you go to put the contact? Are you back to your doctor or something? Water. You need clean water. Okay. Alright. I got to work from inside out. I got to take the derivative of that. Okay. Let's take the derivative of this. So this is d dt. Leave this t alone. What's my outside function here? No. No. What's my outside function? Irvin? Irvin, you're not even with me here. What planet are you on right now? What's outside function? Right here. I'm taking the derivative of that. What's my outside function? It's a composite function. Huh? Cosine is the outside function. Okay, I gotta take the derivative of cosine. That would be negative sine t squared times, what's my next inside function on that one? T squared. 2t. Okay? We don't put dt because this is in terms of t. T is my variable. Okay. What do you think you should do before you take another derivative of this? Clean it up. There you go. Okay. So you're going to multiply this, and this. It would be negative 2t squared sine of t squared. Okay. What rule do you have to use now to find the derivative of this part? Okay. Negative 2 is just a coefficient. So just get that out of the way so you get that out of the way so it doesn't mess you up. So we're just going to take the derivative of that. First times derivative of the second. What's the outside function on this one right here? Sine. I thought. Okay, so it'll be cosine t squared times 2t plus second, which is sine of t squared times derivative of the first, which is 2t. There it is. You can leave it there. You don't have to clean it up now. That's right. All right. Three. Find the equation of a tangent line to the graph. Okay, this is 3a. My function is f of x is equal to tan x, and at a is equal to pi over 6. So what do I need to find the equation of any line? Point and slope. I only have half a point. Okay, pi over 6. How do I find the other half of that point? Okay, so f of pi over 6, which is tangent of pi over 6, which is same thing as sine of pi over 6 over cosine of pi over 6. I hope you don't have to draw the unit circle. Okay, so this is going to be the 1/2, and that's going to be 1 over rad 3. Or rad what am I? Yeah, rad 3 over 2. Sorry. confusing myself. Rad 3 over 2, so that becomes 1 over rad 3. Okay, how do I find my slope for this tangent line? Okay, derivative is a slope, so f prime of x. What's derivative of a tangent? Okay, secant squared. Okay, secant squared of x. Secant is related to which function? Cosine. So cosine here is rad 3 over 2, right? You got to flip that. So that's going to be 2 over rad 3. And then we got to square that, which is going to give me 4 over 3. Slope is 4/3. How do I write the equation of this line then? 5y minus 1 rad 3 is equal to 4/3 times x minus pi over 6. And those of you that like y is equal to mx plus b, good luck. Keep working on it. Okay? I'm sure you like doing that. Are you with me, Rika? You zoning out? Is that what that is? What's your question, David? You got to be specific in what part you don't understand. You can't wait for me to get through the whole thing and say start all over. You talking about here? This is my slope. I mean, this is my. No, I got that. So this is my. This is. I took the. This is the y value I found, and that's how I got that. Are you with me? This is the slope of this function right there. And once this, that's a slope at a random point, but I need a slope at a specific point. Okay? So I'm actually fine. I'll put this, I'm sorry, I should have put this in here. Does that make sense? I found the slope. Yeah. Are you good? Okay, last one. Number 4. B. No, oh, there's a second part to 3, huh? Alright. So 3b. So f of x is equal to cosecant of x. Okay, and my a is equal to pi over 3. Come on, folks. Same drill right here. Pi over 3 is that. How do I find my y value? Okay, so f of pi over 3. Cosecant is same thing as sine. What's sine of pi over 3? Rad 3 over 2. And then you got to flip it. So it'll be 2 over rad 3. I hope you don't have to draw the whole unit circle all over again just to get that. Okay, so it'll be 2 over rad 3. Alright, David, I need to find slope. What do you think I'm going to do? Thank you. Okay, what's the derivative of cosecant, David? Okay, it's a good start, negative. All right, David. You've got 2 options. Learn to do this stuff or marry a smart girl so you can stay home and be a mom. Okay? Or learn to do this stuff. Okay? Here we go. All right. F prime of pi over 3. Okay, negative. What is cosecant of pi thirds? We just found out. Okay, 2 over rad 3. Okay, cotangent is cosine over sine. Okay, so cosine of pi thirds is you don't know, do you, David? Okay, and then sine of pi thirds is rad 3 over 2. So when you simplify all this, you get negative 2 over rad 3, and this becomes what? 1 over rad 3. And that becomes negative 2 over 3, and there's your slope. Okay, so my m is equal to negative 2 over 3. So my equation is y minus 2 over rad 3 is equal to negative 2 over 3 x minus pi over 3. All right. Number 4. All right. Find the numbers x between 0 and 2 pi where the tangent line to the graph is horizontal, because we have, okay, between, so between means I can't use brackets, I have to use parentheses. Okay, where this is a, where the tangent line, my f of x, is equal to cotangent of x plus 4x. Okay, where this one is a horizontal tangent line, it means we're looking for flat spots for this curve between 0 and 2 pi. So, flat spots means what's my slope at flat spots on the curve? 0. So how do I find slope of this curve? Very good. Anytime if I ask you a question, what to do, just say derivative. Okay? You'll be right 50% of the time. Okay? And then what's derivative of cotangent? Negative cosecant squared x. And derivative of that is 4. Okay, we're going to have to set that equal to 0. Because that's where this is really negative 1 over sine squared x plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is negative 1 over sine squared x is equal to negative 4, which is really 1 over sine squared x is equal to 4, which is really sine squared x is equal to 1/4. So which is really sine of x is equal to plus or minus 1 over 2. Where on the unit circle is sine equal to 1/2? Pi sixth, 5 pi sixth. Where in the unit circle is sine equal to negative 1/2? You got it. Those are your 4 solutions. Okay? Alright, let's get to 4b. F of x is equal to cotangent of x minus 2 cosecant of x. Okay, horizontal tangent, slope of horizontal tangent means slope has to be 0. That means what do I have to do here? Set this, take a derivative. And what's the derivative of a cotangent? Negative cosecant squared x minus 2. What's the derivative of a cosecant? Hey, David, what's the derivative of cosecant? Very good. Alright, 2 negatives become positive. So this simplifies to negative cosecant squared x plus 2 cosecant x times cotangent x. Okay. So I gotta set that equal to 0. So I think I can factor out cosecant. Thank you, sir. I can factor out a cosecant. So let's factor out a cosecant, and that will leave me with a negative cosecant of x plus 2 cotangent of x inside my brackets is equal to 0. Okay, cosecant of x is equal to 0, and then I have a negative cosecant, negative cosecant of x plus 2 cotangent of x is equal to 0. Okay, where is cosecant equal to 0? Got music on there, hotshot? There we go. Where is cosecant is equal to 0? Huh? Never. What does a cosecant graph look like? It looks like parabolas, right? It never crosses the x-axis, correct? So, if it never crosses the x-axis, and if you don't see that, it's the same thing as 1 over sine x. When is that ever equal to 0? When is that fraction ever equal to 0? Never. Okay. Alright, so we get nothing from this. In this one, you might want to simplify this a little bit. This is negative 1 over sine of x plus 2 times cosine x over sine of x is equal to 0. They have same denominators, so that means, okay, negative 1 plus 2 cosine of x over sine of x is equal to 0. When is this fraction ever equal to 0? Then top is 0. So we're going to set the top, negative 1 plus 2 cosine of x is equal to 0, and you get cosine of x is equal to 1 over 2, and where in the unit circle is cosine of x is equal to positive 1 over 2. There you go. Pi over 3 is one solution, and then it's got to be positive 1/2, huh? 5 pi over 3. It's got to be down. It's got to be down here, right? Okay, 5 pi over 3. Those are your two solutions. Alright. That's it for that section, so let's go to section 13. Jordan, this is the one you're stuck on? Implicit differentiation? Huh? And related rates? Oh. Section 13. What would you like to see then? Reka? You're just stretching. Yes. 3. Joey? 4. Alan? 5. Section 13. Anything else? That's it? It's good enough. So let's start with 3. Okay, number 3. Okay, x cosine of y plus y cosine of x is equal to 1. Okay, why is it that we have to use implicit differentiation on this? Why? Because we can't do something. What is it that we cannot do, Joey? Can't solve for y. Okay, we can't solve for y, but we can still take a derivative without having to solve for y. That's what we're going to do, implicit differentiation. Okay, product rule there. First, times 0 to the second, which is negative sine y times y prime. Okay, plus second, which is cosine of y times 0 to the first, which is 1. So that's just that part right there. Okay. I have to use product rule again for that one, so I have a plus first times 0 to the second, which is negative sine of x, plus second, which is cosine of x, times 0 to the first, which is y prime, and the derivative 1 is 0. Alright, let's do some algebra, some fast algebra. This and this have y prime in it. They're going to stay on the left hand side. I'm going to move this and this to the right. When I do that, I am going to get y sine of x minus cosine of y. Any questions? Okay, I still have this and this left on the left-hand side. What can I factor out of these two? Y prime. So I'm going to factor it out and leave it on the left-hand side. Once I factor it out, leave it on the left-hand side, what is left from this? Negative x sine y. And what is left from this? Plus cosine of x. And I'm going to divide by the quantity. Okay, so that means I have a negative x sine of y plus cosine of x, and that's done. Alrighty then. 4. Number 4. Number 4, I have x squared over 9 plus y squared is equal to 1. And they want you to find the equation of a tangent line, normal line at the indicated point. Okay, so 1, 2, rad 2 over 3. Okay, what two things do you need to find the equation of a line? Point and slope. We already have a point, so how do I find the slope? Take a derivative. Okay, this is really 1/9 x squared plus y squared is equal to 1, for those of you that are algebraically challenged. Okay, when we take the derivative of this, this is 2 over 9x plus, when I take the derivative of this, this is 2y y prime, and the derivative of this is 0. Okay, we're solving for y prime, so let's go ahead and put the numbers in. What am I putting in for the x? 1. So 2 over 9, okay, times 1, which is same thing, plus 2 times 2 rad 2 over 3, okay, times y prime is equal to 0. So let's clean this up. I get 2/9 plus 4 rad 2 over 3 is equal times y prime is equal to 0. Take the 2/9 to the right, so you get 4 rad 2 over 3 y prime is equal to negative 2/9. And then when I divide, this thing gets flipped, so 3 will go to the top, so y prime is equal to negative 2 over 9 times 3 over 4 rad 2. 3 and 9 reduce, I get 3. 2 and 4 reduce, I get 2. So my y prime turns out to be negative 1 over 2 rad 2. That is the slope. 6, thank you. 6. So that is the slope of a tangent line. What is the slope of a normal line? 6 rad 2. Okay. I don't have to write out the equation for you, do I? No. We're good. Alright. So let's go to 5. Number 5. What are they asking me to do when they give me something like that? Very good. Okay, x squared plus 4xy minus y squared is equal to 4. And they want me to find the second derivative at 1, 1. Okay. We have to do it implicitly because it's too hard to solve for y. So the derivative of that is going to give me 2x. Plus 4 is just the coefficient, so move it out. Product rule, first times derivative of second, plus second times derivative of the first. Okay, minus derivative of that, which is 2y y prime. And and derivative of that is 0. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have to clean this up because we're going to the second derivative. So we have a 2x plus 4xy prime plus 4y minus 2y y prime is equal to 0. I'm going to move this and this to the right, which is going to give me negative 2x plus 2 plus minus 4y. Minus 4y. Okay, all that over. Okay, I'm going to have this with the y prime in it, this with the y prime in it. I'm going to factor the y prime out. What's left from both of those, I'm going to divide. So that's going to be 4x from here and a minus 2y from there. Right? We're going to take a second derivative. Okay, y double prime. Okay, what rule do I? Oh, you know what? Can I factor out something and clean this up a little bit? I can factor out negative 2. Let's go ahead and take out a negative 2. Just make my life a little bit easier. Okay, that's going to give me x plus 2y, and all that over. Factor out a 2 from here. Or let's factor out negative 2 also. That's going to give me negative 2x. Okay, and then what? Plus y. Negative 2's cancel out, and my y prime becomes x plus 2y, all that over negative 2x plus y. Alright, so now we take the second derivative, and how do I take the second derivative? Lordy high, highty low. Denominator, which is negative 2x, okay, plus y, times derivative of the numerator. Okay, derivative of the numerator is 1 plus 2y prime. Okay, minus the numerator, which is x plus 2y. Okay, times the derivative of the denominator. So I have to separate that out. Times the derivative of the denominator, which is going to give me negative 2 plus y prime. I don't want to erase that. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Good. Rika, how we doing over there? Alright, so this is going to give me negative 2 plus y prime. All that's going to be over negative 2x plus y quantity squared. Alright, now we got to evaluate this at 1, 1. Alright, so y double prime is equal to, when I put in 1 right there, that turns into negative 2 plus 1, negative 1, times 1 plus 2 times y prime. Whoa, I gotta go back and put in 1, 1 right here. Okay, so y prime of 1, 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3 over negative 2 plus 1 is, so this turns into negative 3. So that's negative 3. Alright, minus, okay, 1 plus 2, which is 3. Okay, times negative 2 plus y prime at 1, 1, which is negative 3. All that's going to be over, okay, negative 2 plus 1, which is, okay, and square that, which is 1. And when 1's on the bottom, we can completely ignore that, right? Okay. So now we have this, so let's clean this up just a little bit more. Even though AP test will take that as a correct answer on a free response question. Okay, so on the AP test, on the free response question, you can leave it right there. Okay, but if you go on, make a mistake, you could lose half a point. I mean, half the credit for. If this point is, if let's say this problem is worth 3 points, you could lose one of those. Okay, that's 1/3. Okay, so let's go ahead and multiply this out. -1, this is -6 plus 1, which is -5. -5 times 1, which is 5. Okay, this is -5 times -3, which is positive 15. The answer is 20. How you doing back there, Irvin? Doing okay? Okay. Alright. That brings us to section 14, 15, and 16. So what I want to do is, can I play the teacher just a little bit longer? Okay. I got about 15 minutes. Okay. And instead of jumping into the related rates today, okay, I'm going to jump all the way to section 16, answer those questions because they're pretty straight. We've actually worked on those, so I want to go to section 16 and stop there, and then save 14 and 15 for tomorrow. Okay, so let's go to section 16, see if you have any questions on those, because they're important, because they're all definitions of a derivative. Yes, sir, Tyler. 4 and 6. Anything else? Section 16. Alan? 2 and 3. Alright, let's try. 2. Okay, limit as delta x goes to 0 of 3 times 2 plus delta x to the 4th minus 3 times 2 to the 4th, all that over delta x. They're not really asking you to take a limit. They're asking you to take a derivative of a function. So first of all, you got to recognize what my function is. What do you think my f of x is? Just by looking at all of that. Somebody said it. Huh? What is my f of x? Give up? You said that. Okay, alright, here we go. Three x to the 4th. Where am I getting that from? F of x is always located here, right? But it's just that they put in 2 there because they want you to take the derivative at what point? At 2. So take the derivative of this. So what's my f prime of x? 12x to the 3rd. And what's my f prime of 2? That's what this means right here. This really means f prime of 2. Okay? So it's 12, 2 to the 3rd. Okay? And that's 8 times 12. And 8 times 12 is? There you go. Okay, 3. Let's see if we can figure this one out. Limit as h goes to 0 of sine of 2 x plus h. Okay. Oh, this is so easy. Sine of 2x. This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. F of x is sine of 2x. And what is derivative of that? Cosine of 2x times 2. And that's what this is. Cosine of 2x times 2. Okay, 4 and 6. Okay, here's 4. Section 16. Okay, 4. Limit as x goes to pi over 3 of a cosine of 2x plus 1/2 all that over x minus pi over 3. This is known as the alternate definition of a derivative. Okay, now where is f of x located in this one? What's that? What is my f of x? Cosine of 2x. Okay, cosine of 2x. This is, for those of you that do not remember, this is like limit as x goes to a, f of x minus f of a, all that over x minus a. That is also a definition of a derivative evaluated at a. That's what that is. Okay, so we know that's the function, so how do I, what's the derivative of that function? Negative sine 2x times 2, and we need to evaluate that at what value? Pi over 3 is correct. So it'll be negative sine of 2 pi over 3 times 2. And what is sine of 2 pi over 3? It's good to see you guys know the unit circle cold. Alright, number 6. Now you've all turned into zombies here. X goes to 1. 1 over x minus 1, all that over x minus 1. Alright, this is also the alternate definition of a derivative. And what is my function? 1 over x. And this is the same thing as x to the negative 1. Might as well do that rather than using quotient rule. So what's the derivative of this function? Negative x to the negative 2, which is 1 over x squared. And where are we evaluating this derivative at? 1, which is negative 1. So the limit of that is negative 1. Alright, make sure you know how to do